Hello, it's another day. We just landed in Zurich and now I'm on an adventure to find a train to go to a tiny little country.
Argola, Schwyz, Brunnen, Rühlen, Altdorf, Erfurt, Locarno, 10:05 auf Gleis Nummer 6.
Well, we are going to take this train to Chur on track 9. Now it's just, where's track 9? Train number 9. Going down Chicago line. Hey, we found track 9. Sure. Pro Euro travel tip. Sometimes the trains are super busy here. Alleyway here isn't so busy, so it's a good time just to find a quiet spot, book, and enjoy the journey. Just don't sit in this middle part, because that's the part that moves to cars, and you can get squashed, or shoes can get squashed, not the fun experience. And we've reached our first checkpoint. So far there's bicycles, buses, and mountains. And one of these buses are gonna be ours. Are we going up? We don't know. We must find out. Is at the wrong bus stop. That's okay. I don't know what's going on, but those are the people. So I found the bus, and we're just gonna stay in here for a while until I decide to get off the bus. I may never get off. This is and we've just gotten off our bus in the beautiful Liechtenstein. I want to show you guys something first across the street. And as you can probably guess, my mics were doing something wonky on this day as well, so a lot of this is recorded over in the past. But let's go up these little stairs. Let's follow this nice looking gentleman. Oh, he's not going up the stairs with us. Okay, fine. Let's not follow the nice looking gentleman. As we continue up the stairs, we find something else nice to look at. I mean, look at that. We are in the middle of the Alps, you guys. Liechtenstein is nestled in between Switzerland and Austria. And I mean, check out that castle up there. We are going to learn more about that little guy later today. Look at this. Okay, time to go explore. So, this little rendition of the castle we can see is where the current prince lives. Liechtenstein is one of the world's few remaining ultimate monarchies, meaning the prince owns and dominates everything that happens in this country. And, I mean, it looks like he's doing a pretty good job at it. Liechtenstein currently has about 40,000 residents. So that's the size of about half the size of Facebook. It's double the size of the company I currently work for. So So actually living in a town like this is kind of being in a company that's twice the size that I work for, which is really weird and strange to think about living in the place of all of your colleagues. As we can walk down this main street though, we can see that it's just a normal Swiss mountain town. A lot of the architecture you see more in alpine villages in the Alps. The people look nice and friendly. The sky is clean. This black building we see on our left side is the Art Museum. And this is the place where the prince holds all of his art collection, so people can actually go and check out to see what he owns if they're interested. It also looked like they had a really good cafe and a little bar in there. I didn't go inside because the mountain air was so fresh and I just wanted to be outside the entire time, but it looked pretty cool. Now, let's go explore how we can get up to this castle! Yay! So a little bit of history about the castle that we're going to climb up to. It was starting to be built around the 13th century, but it wasn't until more recent times whenever the royal family moved in. Like many places in winter, you can see lots of ways for children to hurt themselves. At least the prince can watch down and keep a good eye on his citizens and make sure that they are all safe. Tourism is one of Liechtenstein's biggest income opportunities here. So there's a lot of places like the one we see in front of us to take all sorts of selfies and photos and, memories for the grandchildren. So Liechtenstein is one of the two countries that I know of that doesn't currently have a military. And what does this mean and why does it matter? Well, there's no army to defend the country. So if Liechtenstein gets in a battle, then it has to rely on the allies of both Switzerland and Austria to help it out. The other really interesting thing about this is that Liechtenstein uses the Swiss currency as its currency. Now, it uses the Austrian prison system if it needs to house any prisoners. So basically, what this means is if you get arrested in Liechtenstein and you have to pay the bail, I'm not sure if you have to pay the bail in Swiss francs and then you go to prison in Austria, or if you have to pay the bail in euros, which is what Austria uses for currency. So all of that is a little bit confusing for me, but that's okay. So let's just continue climbing up the mountain. And here's a nice little place to fill up some water if the prince's subjects get thirsty as they're climbing up to see him. Aww. So currently today, there are 4 members of the royal family that could be leaders. It's the oldest prince, though, that is currently doing the leadership. There's 3 brothers and 1 sister. The latest sister was born in 1973. So maybe she'll be the next heir to the throne. I don't know. But there are some facts about Liechtenstein for you. Another really interesting fact as we overlook the top of the castle here is that the castle is a working castle. So we actually can't go inside and see inside because it's literally the prince's home. That said, once a year on Liechtenstein National Day, the prince opens the castle to all of the residents of Liechtenstein. So they can come in, they can view the castle, they can have a party. And I think it's really cool that the royal family does this for its residents and recognizes them at least once a year to come in and have a little house party. And now at the top of the mountain, it was time for me to take a little break, have a refreshing water, and just admire this view. I mean, look at it. So Liechtenstein is one of 2 countries in the world that is double landlocked, meaning it is landlocked itself, and then the countries are also landlocked that are surrounding it. So both Switzerland and Austria are landlocked, and Liechtenstein is obviously landlocked, so double landlocked. The other country that's double landlocked like this is Uzbekistan. So there's some cool facts as well. You are gonna win at pub trivia night next time you go. Woo! You can thank me later. So now it's a fair question to ask, how does Liechtenstein actually get its money? Well, like other small countries, Macau, for example, Liechtenstein is a haven it's a tax haven. So in Liechtenstein, there are more companies registered than there are businesses. I'm not a tax person, I'm not a tax lawyer, but what happens is that people register their companies here. There's a much lower tax rate. I think it's like 5% for businesses and 1% for personal. And they're able to dodge some taxes. So from what I can tell, there's between like 3 and 5 billion British pounds that are hiding somewhere here in Liechtenstein. That'd be awesome if I knew how to do that and if I had that many billions of British pounds to live here. But hey, good on you people who know how to do money. Now for people who live in Liechtenstein, the average salary is around 150,000 euros a year. So they are, more on the middle class side. There's not a lot of homelessness or any of that around from what I could see. The prince does a really good job at taking care of his citizens and of making the country clean and safe. Speaking of being safe, there's about 125 police people who help to patrol Liechtenstein, which isn't a lot, but it's enough, I think. And back along the main square, we see a bunch of stuff for this post office. So one of the main touristy things you can do is buy a postcard for about 10 Swiss francs and mail it to your beloved relatives, and for like another 2 or 3. So for the price of about 25 euros, you can send a postcard out of Liechtenstein to someone. I didn't do that because I wanted to spend my euros in a different way, but to each their own. Okay, so something that's super cool here in Liechtenstein also, they have their own license plates. There are these black plates with FL on the front for Federation of Liechtenstein. The F is a different word, but Federation of Liechtenstein. I think it's badass that there's only about 40,000 of these in the world. Way to go, Prince. And now that I'm distracted, I'm gonna go get some more provisions for my bus ride back to Zurich. It's about a 5-hour journey, so yeah, a little bit long. And with that, I'm gonna sign out, you guys. Thank you so much for watching my adventure today in Liechtenstein. It was about 15 kilometers that I put on. I am gonna take a little break now from traveling, do some video editing, some art projects, and I will see you in 2024 travel season. Bye!